beyond the Rockies, west. Here at the ocean, the trail ended, after spanning more than 2/3 of the American continent. It was called the Big Meadow. From the early 1840s until 1869, more than 500 people moved. Some, like the 49ers, went in search of California. Others, like the Todd family, back east, and some of them died on it. It was by explorers and fur traders, the followed it in Pike County, Missouri, decided to pull stakes, sell their homes and farms, and go west for other reasons.
Now look, Billy, will you stop doing that? Your father will have a fit. He's moving things around all over the place. He won't know where it's in.
You taking the plow along with you, Jim?
Sure am, Mr. Bowen. A lot of work where we're going. Oh, we better check off this list. See, 2 sacks of onions.
2 onions right over there.
3 bags of potatoes.
They're over here, Pa.
Barrel of cornmeal. Barrel of flour. Billy, cut it out. A box of coffee and a barrel of sugar. Well, that's it. Might as well start loading with this thing.
Here, let me help you with that, Jim.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me help too. Be careful, Jim. Don't scratch it. Let me help, Pa.
Billy, will you get Don and Webster out of here?
Pa! Come on, Dan.
And keep them out of the way while we're loading the wagon, you hear?
Come on.
Jim, Todd, I wish you wouldn't holler at Billy so much. You're getting meaner than a snapping.
No, Sarah. It's not scratch.
I wouldn't want anything to happen to that.
Take my dinner, Jim. Me and my family was going to Oregon with you.
A lot of folks are going. Too many, maybe.
It's manifest destiny. That's what it is.
It's what?
Manifest destiny. Ain't you never heard of that? It was manifest destiny that Old Glory was to fly over Oregon. It's manifest destiny that we was to lick the Mexicans and take California away from them.
Don't know nothing about that. I'm going for a piece of land.
That's part of it. All that land out there free for the taking.
You call $1.25 an acre free, it's free.
Squat.
What?
Find a piece of land and squat, like I done.
Reckon I'll buy.
Jim, pack this for me real careful, please.
You taking this?
It was a wedding present from your mother.
Well, honey, the wagon's so loaded now.
Jim, if this stays behind, I stay behind.
Porcelain lamps, pump organs, gewgaws, knickknacks, whatnots, and plumb darn foolishness. What is it, Billy?
Why don't you have it so we can hitch him up?
Now, Billy, what in Tunket would we want to do that for? We're not leaving till tomorrow morning.
Bang! I got him, Pa. I got that pesky redskin. Now you and Ma don't have to worry no more. Pa, I got him.
Not sorry we're going, are you, honey?
No, Jim. Not sorry.
We talked it over time and again.
I know, Jim.
There's a valley out there, the Willamette Valley. It's got a ridge of mountains rising up against the Pacific Ocean. Lots of timber and soil so rich it'd make your feet greasy just to walk over it.
We're leaving so much. Our friends. Our home. It's just that... Jim,
Yes, honey.
let's not get cross with each other. No matter how hard things get.
Sure, honey.
Be easy with Billy. gentle him a little.
I'll try, Sarah.
You be careful.
Don't expect any trouble with him. Just a Pawnee, friend.
Take care of yourself, folks.
Thank you, Mr. Bowen. We will.
You all set, Billy?
No! Wait a minute, Pop. Where's Dan Webster? Here, Dan!
Billy! We're not taking him.
Not taking him, Jim.
But, Pop!
We can't take him, Billy. He just gets sick and die on the trail. The Bowens will give him a good home.
Dan Webster! Dan Webster! Dan Webster!
Billy, quiet down. Got enough to do to carry food for ourselves. You wanted the truth, and that's it.
You should have told him before, Jim. You should have told him.
I tried to. I tried to tell him all along. But I couldn't. Up there! Up! Up there! Jim, get up there!
Don't get lost, Jim.
I had a dog, and his name was Blue. I bet you $5 he's a good dog, too. Goodbye, Blue.
With their troubles and their hopes packed in their big Conestoga wagons, they went down to the banks of the Missouri River from all points east. Here at Independence, the great wagon trains were made up. Here, before jumping off into the wilderness, worried questions were asked and answered.
5 months, and we're lucky. Most of your teams are oxen. They're slow but dependable. We'll do good if we average 12 to 15 miles a day.
What about fodder for the oxen?
Well, that's one of the reasons we're leaving now. We'll have the spring grass. But you better take along extra sacks of stuff, too. Some stretches of the trail are drier in a preacher's mouth after a revival meeting.
The women are worried about Indians.
From here to the Platte, Kansas and Swannies are pretty friendly. After that, Pawnees. You can't tell about them. Around Fort Bernard, we'll run into the Sioux. They're pretty tough customers. So you better keep your powder dry.
Aren't there any soldiers along the trail?
Yes, there are at the forts, but the trail's more than 2,000 miles long. No army could patrol that. First off, the Indians was mostly friendly, but as more and more people head west, they're getting kind of mean, some of them.
Murdering, thieving heathen. That's what they are.
Comes to that, it seems to me we're the ones who are doing the thieving.
Why in blazes did say that?
It was their country first off, wasn't it?
Now remember, everybody, no matter what you do, stay in line and keep moving. We got a long way to go. Let's roll. Come on, boy. Up, boy. Up, time. Up, boy. Up, boy. Up, boy. Up.
The distance ahead, more than 2,000 miles. But from now on, with the slow pace of the oxen, distance would be measured not in miles, but in days and weeks and months.
Tom, up there.
Sarah, I haven't been able to find enough wood by this darn river to keep a pot of beans going for 5 minutes.
We'll make out, Jim.
Ain't seen a tree for weeks, seems like. Where's Billy?
Was he with you?
No, he wasn't.
Jim.
There was some Pawnee moving around us today. I'm going for George Reed. George, have you seen Billy?
No, I was just coming for you. Have you seen Mary?
No.
Fitzpatrick rode by a while ago, kind of worried Hannah. Said the scouts spotted a whole slew of Pawnee up ahead.
We better get the others.
Oh, if anything's happened to them, too.
You women stay here. You know, it's just possible that... Wait. Look.
Billy, where have you been?
We went out gathering firewood, Ma.
Where'd he come from?
We couldn't find any wood. He helped us look for it. He was nice. Could he stay for supper?
Well, we haven't got much. But what we've got, he's welcome to.
The days turn to weeks, weeks to the second month. Above the trail, there's only the big sky and the glaring sun.
Come on, boy, up there!
Come on. Whoa, whoa.
All right, folks, there's a bear crossing just here. We can make it.
What is it, Jim? Why have we stopped?
Nothing. Just another river to cross.
There were many rivers to cross. But finally, 316 miles and more than a month from independence, the River Platte. Twisting and turning, but always pointing west. The only way to go, and the hard way.
Easy, boy.
Keep it going. Don't stop now. Hey, Tom, get after those cows there. Up there. Up there. Whip him, Sarah! Whip him!
Get up there! Get up!
Up there! Get up there! Sarah!
Whoa!
Sarah, come back here!
What is it? What's the matter?
I've been trying to tell you, the wagon's too heavy! I'm sorry, Sarah!
That hill almost killed the oxen. It almost killed him, you hear? And it almost killed me.
I know where I'm going, and I know who's going with me. I know who I love, and I wonder who I'll marry. Feather beds are soft, and painted rooms are bonny. I would trade them all to see my handsome, winsome Johnny. I know where I'm going, and I know who's going with me. I know who I love, and God knows who I'll marry.
Billy's asleep,
Tuckered out, I guess.
like the rest of us.
Sarah, I'm sorry about back there.
I don't want to talk about it, Jim.
Hey, Billy. Billy,
What is it?
look.
What is it?
Courthouse Rock. Folks in St. Louis named it. Said it reminded them of their courthouse back in St. Louis.
Don't look like no courthouse to me.
There were other landmarks, ageless reminders that the continent was not all unbroken prairie, but mostly the prairie for endless miles. And then thrusting out of the plains, Scott's Bluff. And after that, 667 miles and more than 2 months from the jumping off place, a welcome sight. Fort Laramie, a place to rest the oxen, replenish supplies, make repairs to the wagons, talk things over.
Any chance of snow in the mountains?
Not this time of year. We're in good shape. After the Rockies, we still got the Cascades. Unless we keep moving, we could be caught by snow there.
Is that true for a fact?
It sure is. I've seen people start to eat in their own teams. When that happens, you're done for. There's no telling what people will eat when they get good and hungry. You heard about the Donner Party.
The women and kids are listening.
I'm just trying to impress on you the hardest part of the trip is still ahead of us.
My wagon's sort of heavy.
That's another thing. You better get rid of everything you don't need. Some of your women won't like it, maybe, but it's got to be done. You better lighten your wagons all you can. Sounds like that Sioux war party the soldiers here at the fort told us about.
Think they'll attack the fort?
I don't know. They're drunk, you can tell that.
Some fool trader must have sold them whiskey.
Sounds like they don't want us around. Can't blame them, I guess. Better take a look.
Pa.
You awake, Billy?
Yes, sir. Have they attacked yet?
No, son. I'll let you know if they do. But I don't think they really will. You better get some sleep, though. We'll be starting again in a couple of hours.
All right, everybody, let's move on!
They move out from Fort Laramie, out and up into the foothills of the Rockies, into a nightmare of turning wheels, shimmering heat, swirling dust. A mirage of movement that is not movement, of getting somewhere that is nowhere, of going slowly up into limitless mountains.
Jim, what is it? What's the matter?
What kind of a husband am I? What kind of a father am I? Bringing you and Billy out on this godforsaken trail and for nothing. For a piece of land. I had land back in Missouri. It was good land.
Jim. You're a fine husband and a fine father. And it wasn't just the land, not just that. It was something more. You had to make the crossing. You had to come west. It was in you. And it's in us, too. It's in Billy and me, too.
But will we make it, Sarah?
We'll make it, Jim.
Smith's Fork on the Bear River was another resting place for the immigrants.
Reed's Queenie had 6 of them. He's the best of the litter. Sassy little fella, isn't he?
Yes, sir.
Billy, I made a bad mistake about Daniel Webster. I'm sorry.
I know, Pa.
It's been hard on the trail, Billy.
Yes, sir.
It'll be better when we've settled down again, when we have a place of our own.
Yes, Pa. Like it used to be.
What are you going to call him?
Gosh, I don't know, Pa. What do you think?
Why not name him after the president?
James C. Polk.
Out from their camp beside the Bear River towards Fort Hall and the parting of ways. Here, the California-bound turn off for the California Trail. The Oregon-bound continue north and west.
I know where I'm going, and I know who's going with me.
But at last, as July days turn towards August, a promise of the land to come, the beginning of the Oregon country, a promise and the promise kept. Not for the Todd family alone, but for the nameless thousands who were part of the great crossing.
Okay, Billy.
But the coming of the railroad in 1869 marked forever the passing of this era. The era of the prairie schooner carrying the pioneer and his family westward to settle a wilderness.
Can you see, Billy? There. Now what does it look like?
Looks like home, Pa.
You mean our old home in Missouri?
No, sir. Like our new home in Oregon.
Did you ever hear tell of sweet Betsy from Pike, who crossed the wide prairies with her lover Ike? 2 yoke of cattle, a large yeller dog, a tall Shanghai rooster, and 1 spotted hog, saying goodbye, Pike County, farewell for a while. We'll come back again when I've panned out my pile. They swam the wide rivers and crossed the tall peaks, camped on the prairie for weeks upon weeks, starvation and cholera, hard work and sorrow. But they reached Oregon and built for tomorrow.